stream.
Right then, negotiating.
Hello.
Are we live?
Yeah.
I think we are. We're just going to wait and see if everyone's coming in. Hello, everybody. I think this is working. Can you check online and see if
Let us know if you can hear us.
Yeah.
Hello, friends.
We've got a nice little Bruce streak right in the
Andrew
middle of the
Gawley
screen.
says woohoo.
Hey.
We're missing some members who have gone for dinner and will be with us shortly. But
Just as a disclaimer, this might not be as fun as the last one because none of us are drunk.
yeah, I need to put something on top of that.
So if you want to ask,
Is quite boring, really.
if you want to ask any sensible questions, this might be the time. Because we're pre-show actually. So. Oh, that's good.
Wow.
There you go.
We've got-
It's never going to stay there.
Get rid
No,
of
we've
the
got
flare.
glare.
Flag glare.
Flag
glare.
glare.
No,
We've got
that was
glare.
a towel over
Oh
the
right,
last
everyone can come in and say hello.
Should you bring it?
Like foie gras.
Get,
Bit of gaffer tape. A little gaffer tape bud on
It's
it.
all very rather disjointed.
Oh, Rudy's here. In we go.
Oh, almost.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey.
Yeah, you can sit there for
Towel.
now.
Towel, do it.
That's why you get paid the big bucks, Andy.
Yeah. Not do it? Oh.
There you go. Dangerous.
Oh.
Did you go live?
Okay.
Yeah, we're live.
yeah.
We're live.
So who have we
We are.
got online, Henry?
We've got Andrew Gawley. We've got
Everybody
Gig
say
and
hi to
guitars.
Toby. That's Toby the cat.
someone says live coat hanger challenge ?
Oh.
Absolutely not.
A medieval game played by many over the years.
Some say it doesn't even exist.
Some say it doesn't, but mastered by
Open your
only
legs,
one.
Pete, if you want
The
to, you can
master.
sit up there or you can come and sit on the floor in the kiddie section.
Right, first of all, we have to do a shout out to Kathy and her two boys, Alex and Ben, because they had 4 tickets in the second row tonight, and both the boys have COVID, and they've been so excited to come see the show for a couple of years, and they're such brilliant supporters of us, and so we're so sorry you can't come, guys.
Yeah.
Sending you lots of love.
Sorry.
Shoot,
and
I'm sorry,
hopefully-
guys. Yeah.
So we are on show. I think we are at the halfway point. I think this is show 15. I think.
Cool.
What's
Or
George
16.
doing?
Is this it?
George, we're live.
Oh.
Yeah, that's much worse.
That's not a good thing.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
better. Yeah.
Thanks, George.
No,
Still not great, George.
That's
That one there is not good.
just turn it down a little bit. This is like we're in Hawaii.
Yeah. Okay, come on then, Rudy.
Howdy from upstate New York. What?
Yo.
Bangkok, Thailand.
Wow.
Let's go, y'all.
So
I've
let's.
been to Bangkok.
So how have the shows been going so far for everybody? Jesse.
Been good. I've enjoyed them a lot. Yeah. It's just so good to be back out on the road, isn't it?
Mm.
It's my favourite set list this year.
Is it?
Yeah. It's the best one we've done, I think.
Meatloaf Crazy says, "Hi everyone, see you all Sunday at Salford. Can't wait. Please do meatloaf."
We'll try.
Yeah.
We'll try.
We'll try. We've already done it every gig in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
We'll try.
We'll
The
try.
chances
of meatloaf are probably quite
Rudy,
Yeah.
if you move 2 inches to the left, then there we go. Then we've got Pete Thorne.
You guys want to see me eat my dinner?
What have you got, Pete? What have
Oh,
you got for
hey,
your dinner?
What's up? Sorry?
What's for your dinner?
Pad thai.
Pad thai.
Nice.
Gluten free.
Wow,
Gluten free.
mamas.
Naive Steve says, "Brum, the home of heavy metal, got to play some Sabbath and Judas, guys."
We were playing
We
it
did
in
a
sound
sound
check, but we're not rehearsed up on any Sabbath this year, unfortunately.
Bobby 801, any plans to do any Bowie songs in the future? We did some Bowie songs a couple of years ago, didn't we?
Is Bowie classic rock?
Yes.
I think
Answers
Bowie's
below.
classic rock. We actually,
100%.
just a
100%,
peek behind
yeah.
the curtain, we actually did do a Bowie song
We
in
did-
our dress rehearsal,
Yeah,
didn't we?
Yeah, it was
On our
it
last
almost
run-through.
made the show.
and then we decided to go another way with it. But,
Maybe we should.
Oh.
So yeah, this should because we've got 2 shows in the same venue. Should we change a few songs tomorrow? Should we do something a bit different?
What do the people say?
Consensus. Yeah.
What do the people say?
Do we just add them to the set and just stay on?
I'm not
Keep
doing
going.
3.5 hours. It's long enough as it is.
Alex,
It's not hard as throwing a coat hanger. for God's
Yeah.
sake.
Alex Hunt, he was supposed to be coming to both nights in Birmingham, but he's got a bad toe, so he can only come tomorrow now.
Oh, has he got COVID?
He's going to be in second row.
That's so bad.
Second row in a pink
Oh, you
t-shirt.
made
We'll look
yourself
out for you.
laugh
Coming to the U.S. anytime soon?
Yes.
I'm hoping yes.
Oh.
Keep looking out for news.
Hello, greetings.
Greetings from India.
Indonesia.
Ooh, Indonesia.
Oh, wow.
Hello,
Oh, let's go there.
Indonesia.
Lots of love from India as well. India, you guys went to India.
We did.
Yeah.
I was not
You were
on
busy.
that. I was not on that one, but I would love to go. So let's go.
Wow.
Oh, love some Iron Maiden. This is from Steam Allen. Wayne would kill his bass on Number of the Beast.
Would love to do that.
Would he ever?
It's not
been
classic
trying.
rock, though. It's metal.
Kill it
I've
in
been
a,
trying.
kill it in a good way.
Ken
Hey.
G, question for you. How's Jesse's injured leg holding up?
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
sorry, we haven't got long enough. I'm
it's all
sorry.
right. It's all right.
Oh, it's got
It,
every
it
day.
hurts, but it's
Can you
all
keep it down to 5 minutes? With your answer?
It's
That's
only
all-
slightly worse than childbirth.
right. That's all I've got to say on the matter.
Which knee? What have you done?
Oh, it's so boring. My knee's all right. Like in the grand scheme of things, I'm fine, but my knee hurts a bit at the end.
Yeah.
If only we got that answer, then we'd be delighted.
We have a lot of time on tour, so there's a lot of time to
There's a lot
talk
about
about
it, yeah.
aches and pains and things that you want to moan about. And mine just happens to be money.
Fox
Money.
by Day
I
says.
thought you said that. I just happens to be money.
Yeah, Fox by Day says, fancy doing a rock medley. James, what do you think about medleys?
Don't like medleys. Sorry.
It's a thing. It's a thing with him. It's a weird thing.
Would you buy an album of medleys? Would you listen? Do you know?
No, they got me
No.
nervous. 'Cause you just get into
I
a
wouldn't
song
buy a
that you
whole
like and
album of it,
ends.
but we're not doing a whole show of it either.
I don't know. It kind of hurts my soul. Medleys.
It's
But I may be
Montage.
wrong.
Yeah.
Montage with music.
Karen wants to know the best venue so far. Best venue so far.
Malvern.
Hold on. Best venue or best audience?
To Montfort Hall, Leicester.
That
Well,
that's
let's
a different thing.
well, let's
Best
answer both.
venue. Best venue is what she's asking.
Well,
Best venue.
I'd actually go and say that the Montfort Hall is probably the best venue from a historical perspective of the amount of.
Shrewsbury from the perspective of the Sunday dinner just
Yeah.
down the road.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a
that
good
was-
Sunday.
But the best audience so far, surprisingly, was Malvern.
Yep.
It was a Friday night in Malvern.
If you were there, if you were in Malvern on Friday night,
Congratulations.
Malvern
you,
are
you
top,
rock.
top of
It
the
was a
league.
moment.
You are top
Yeah.
of the league
we loved it.
by 6 points.
You were mainly pissed, and I think that.
Due,
Yeah.
due to the fact that they were up and dancing in the first set and then never got back down again.
Yeah.
It was great. Good
Yeah.
energy. Right, actually, from the time when the lights went down and the crowd kind of,
Got the vibe.
But it was good
Yeah.
rock energy.
Totally.
Really
Free
was.
beer, I think.
Will Braddock
Free beer on
says,
tap.
yes, Tim, Leicester was epic.
Yes.
It certainly
Always
was.
epic. My town.
Leicester's homeboy.
Yeah, man.
So how does it feel having 2 days in the
Nice,
same
Andy.
venue? What's it? Is it just nice to feel like there's less traveling and you can feel a bit
Yeah.
little structured?
Feels like we have a little home for a couple of days, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
You
Don't
settle
have to
into the
pack up
sound more,
afterwards.
maybe,
Yeah,
the venue, and it's a nice vibe whenever you're kind of resident for a minute.
Yeah.
totally.
Mm.
Hello, Herman. Saludos.
Because we arrived here yesterday as well, so we've had we'll have 3 days here, so it's really nice. You're settled for a bit, and you're not back on the bus and then somewhere else. It's actually really nice,
Mhm.
and you get to explore a little bit.
We've got a great question from Ben Hartwell, who says, any pre-show rituals you guys have?
Yeah, I go to sleep at 6:30, get up at 10 to 7.
He actually does. I can confirm that.
I'm the best napper out, straight out like that.
I don't have any rituals like anything spooky that I do.
Oh, we have a stage left hacker that we do.
We do the hacker actually.
Yeah, we
do
do.
rock and roll.
It's the least rock and roll thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, exactly.
I go for about 10 whees.
Yeah.
That's like kind of just tactical.
I do have like a
nervous.
routine that I do.
Yeah, I have,
Yeah.
To, I have to.
Everyone
I have to
does.
warm up. Yeah.
Yeah.
At 7 o'clock, the show's at 5:30. I've got to warm up for
Me too.
Yeah.
15, 20
I always
minutes.
steam my voice and then do a vocal warm up whilst I'm choosing what I'm going to wear.
We have the fist pumps on our side of the stage.
Yeah.
You do have the fist pump.
Yes.
That's a routine.
And James always massages my neck just before we walk out on stage, like this,
Yeah.
very vigorously.
Yeah,
Which is
and,
quite
and,
nice.
then, and then I push you out
We
there.
got super
yeah,
chat.
and he pushes me onto the stage.
We have
Yeah,
a
what is the super chat?
super
say?
chat from Robin. He says, I thought Bat Out of Hell was a special moment. How did it feel to you all that night?
Definitely.
What night?
Where was it?
Malvern.
I guess Malvern,
Yeah.
the day that Eva passed away.
That was special. That was
Oh, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Really
I
special.
got
Yeah.
That was
really
Yeah.
I did feel a bit emotional.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It was a bit tingly.
But it's been good every night.
Mm.
Yeah, it has, yeah.
It
We got-
feels really special.
But I'll be honest, and just talking over the past 6 years, that song, if you're not in the right mood, can feel it's hard work, and it takes someone to pass for you to realize how special the song is. And now I think of it completely differently to I did probably 3 weeks ago.
It takes a lot of energy to someone to kind of play that.
Yeah.
There's quite
Yeah,
a few
it's-
songs
it's
like that
hard.
in the set, isn't there? Because they're so long and so epic, and you really have to
Yeah.
concentrate. Like Kashmir,
Kashmir's hard, yeah.
and Bat Out of Hell and
Highway Star's probably the hardest one for me.
Highway Star,
Physically,
yeah.
just to maintain the energy,
Totally.
start to finish.
There's
Really
kind of like a big exhalation of breath before you start.
Yeah.
Normally, I'm
Here we go.
That particular song on that particular night, though, it was special. Though.
That was
Yeah.
It was like I could tell like something was special that was happening. For
Something
sure.
was happening, yeah, for sure.
I will never conform says, ever thought of attempting Rush, YYZ, or Spirit of the Radio? Well, if you
Come tonight,
coming
you'll see.
to the show,
Yeah.
then you may be in luck. Wow. Thank you, Simon Legg. That is incredibly generous of you. Hi, everyone. Treat yourself to some cakes and make sure Pete has a nice gluten-free one.
Thank you.
Thank you all for the great music and hope to see you all again next year.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Thank you.
That's
Thank
really
you.
sweet of you, man. Amazing. Which show did you come to, Simon? If any?
How long is your set at Newcastle so I can book a taxi for 8 of us to get home? It's 3 hours, isn't it?
Well, yeah. If it's a 7:30 show, then if you have a cab booked for 10:30, you'll be fine. If it's an 8 o'clock, get it for 11.
Don't we come off stage at 10:30 though? So you got to
No,
get
it's
out.
20 past.
Got to get out the building.
20 past. Yeah, but COVID.
Call
you're
it
hanging
quarter
around.
two. Call it quarter two.
If it's raining, would you want to be hanging around for 15 minutes in the rain?
It'll be right.
Have a quick one in the pub before you go.
Okay, how about this? A tour planned in France. Brittany is magnificent, sublime region. We have the most beautiful rock festivals in Europe.
How many of us were on the last time we played the front? Did you do the
I
front?
didn't do
No.
France last
I
time.
did.
So is it just me and you?
I think it's just us two. Yeah.
Really?
It is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where did
Two
you
remaining. So it was.
Paris.
We did
where else
5 or
was
6 shows, but it was the week after the Bataclan shooting.
Yeah,
it was
it
all,
was
it was an
really
awful week, and it was. I remember we were rehearsing at Empire Street when the news came in, and there was what do we do? Are we doing this? Are we doing the tour? And we continued ahead, and there was in classic French. There was we're not going to feel fear and go to, and people did come and there was this feeling of solidarity. It was
it was strange, wasn't it?
and playing Paris was surreal. And you do that tour was weird because you always in your back of your mind you were looking for exits in case, and even though you knew nothing was going to happen, but you just had it in your head of what if, and
Do you know I was on stage with those guys the night before?
Really?
I was literally doing a gig with Eagles of Death Metal in London on the day before the Bataclan. So I was with Jesse Hughes and Dave from Eagles of Death Metal until about midnight that night.
Wow.
And then they got on the bus and went to Paris.
Wow.
That's crazy.
It was
Such a
it was weird, man.
But you're absolutely right. That is the feel in France. We did a gig playing Michel Polnareff after the Nice terrible thing that happened there. And we played a giant festival the next day. Probably the biggest show I ever did with them. It was like 60,000 people at a festival. And those people the next day were so ready to just they were like, it was really amazing to see there's something there in that spirit of we're not gonna let this stop us.
So we'd love to come back to France.
Pete, a couple of questions for you, mid-mouthful. Do you want to sell your Explorer?
No way.
Nope.
I love that
Sorry.
thing.
That's my favourite.
How long have you been playing guitar for? This is from Teresa. Her daughter is learning guitar.
Wow.
Just picked it up a couple weeks
How
ago.
long? Yeah. 3 weeks. No, since I started in the early 80s. So it's a long time. And I was obsessed by the time I was about 11 or 12. So I was into it really heavy then, and just never. I got the bug, and then that's just. By the time I was 14, I was like, "This is what I'm doing."
Yeah.
And like that naive kind of thing is what I don't know, like the singular focus. I'm sure you can relate, right?
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
you guys, like,
Yeah,
just-
it's like, that's it, isn't it?
music's my
Yeah.
deal, which is like a gift when you're that young.
When you're infected, that's it.
Yeah.
You don't want to do anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never ever want to
Plan
do
B,
anything.
forget it.
It chooses you, doesn't it? I know
Yeah.
that's cheesy, but it
No,
really
yeah,
does.
it does. It does
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Okay, here's a good question. Who is the oldest and youngest in the band, and who behaves the youngest and the youngest?
Put your hand up. Put your hand
Guy.
up. Put your hand up if you're the oldest, Wayne.
I think I behave the oldest.
Put your hand up if you act the youngest, Wayne. Who is the youngest?
I think
Put
it's
your hand up.
Jess. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
How old are you?
29.
How old are you, Henry?
Well, I'm 29, but for only, what, 6 more
Just
hours?
a few more hours.
The big
Ooh,
30
the big
tomorrow.
Big
Whoa.
Rio.
Yeah, there will be birthday shenanigans, I'm sure.
Tomorrow's gig is going to be epic.
Jess, would you like to perform an up-tempo song like Barracuda?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
So.
You love a good
Right.
dance. You love a good boogie around the stage.
Well, yeah, I'm starting to,
You-
you
yeah.
know,
Yeah.
starting to get the old
You
There's no
unleash.
room on stage anymore.
boogie on.
She's got a rock chick on this tour. She's hit cymbals and been
Yeah.
on the drum riser
I've even been on the
numerous
drum
times.
riser.
You've
I know.
Yeah,
played
yeah.
a bit of
Yeah.
bass.
Which is
Yeah,
Yeah.
played bass. Yeah.
Can I just say, as head of HR, I've received a complaint from a member of the band, who could be the bass player, for the lack of. When we started this show, he was the only one that moved.
Yeah. So you're all getting in my way,
And
and,
this- yeah.
you're all nicking my ego ramp, which is sometimes called a drum roll.
There's too much traffic now.
Yeah.
You kind of figure it out though
Sorry.
over the course of the shows.
This
Yeah,
big
we've got some great near misses.
It's like one big kind of moving organism.
One
Yeah.
show, there's going to be
Yeah, it's good,
there's
it's
going to
great.
be a proper collision.
Proper
at
cut,
the
yeah,
end.
proper
Yeah.
cut.
There's been a few headstock near
Jesse, honestly,
misses.
I almost took you out the other day. I tried to do 2 laps of the stage with a tambourine and it won't get full again. And you were like here, and I was like, "Are you going to move forward? If you move forward, it would have been, oof, you would have
Right.
been gone." But we just missed each other.
Yeah.
We this sounds really ridiculous. Me and Wayne smashed headstocks in the last gig, didn't we?
Oh, we did.
And I was
Yeah.
like, oh no.
Yeah. I think it took my E string well out of tune, and I sort of played the rest of the song on the A string and just ignored that string.
Here's a great question: what would be your ultimate venue?
Ooh.
I would personally love to do Red Rocks.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's do
yeah.
Red Rocks. Let's do Royal
It is
Albert
my
Hall.
dream. Red Rocks is my dream venue too. Like,
Madison
bucket
Square
list.
Gardens, man.
I need to do it.
MSG. Oh.
Red Rocks is magic.
Yeah.
It's like
Have you played?
one time.
I played it once.
I would love to. I would so love to do the Royal Albert Hall with this
Yeah,
gig.
I would.
I would
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I love
Royal
the
Albert
Albert
Hall and
Hall.
Red
I know
Rocks.
it's supposed to sound a little chaotic, right? But it'd be so cool. to
Yeah.
play.
The gigs I've seen there have been amazing.
Me too.
Yeah, the sound,
Yeah.
you know. So I saw Robert Plant there. I've seen some really cool stuff there, but it's just the history of that place, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Absolutely.
you know, it's a bit small for a dream venue.
Yeah.
It's Albert Hall.
It's cool.
It's
Doesn't matter the
amazing.
size. It's so cool.
Yeah.
You do the one.
From Joey,
Mhm.
Joey Sawdust. Any chance you can make this is for James? Any chance you can make an autographed photo of the band available on your merch page? I'd love one for my rock and roll room. Thanks for the classy classics.
On the I'm sure we could
Classic.
sort that
Stay
out
classy.
for you.
We can.
Joey, thank you.
We've already got some really cool pictures already this year.
Yeah, yeah, we do.
So we can look at that. If people want them, we'll sort them.
Do we prefer the album Alchemy or Brothers in Arms more? Alchemy, that's the live album, isn't it?
It
Here
is,
you go
yeah.
from
Yeah, I love
Argentina.
that
I'd go Brothers Known.
Yeah.
I came in at Brothers in Arms, so I'd have to say Brothers in Arms.
Thanks for the birthday
Yeah.
wishes, everybody. That's super
Yeah.
kind.
Yeah.
Can we throw in a rocked up happy birthday for Henry tomorrow night rather than a standard happy birthday? Sure. I will make that happen for you.
No.
You can't organise your own happy.
Oh, I can.
If you were able to introduce a guest star for one show, who would you choose? A guest
Alive or dead?
Let's go with the
I
live.
don't know. Well, live, I guess.
It's got to be
I
Bonnie
mean,
Tyler on to do a duet with
Oh,
Jess.
Oh,
man.
yeah. That'd be good.
that'd be cool.
Just because I know.
Yes.
Your mate. Go on. Where would yours be?
Macca.
I don't know. Some cool
yeah, that's
singer. I've
Paul
no idea.
McCartney.
No,
come on and
no,
do Band on the
Right.
Run.
It would be
Paul McCartney. That'd be
no.
good.
It would be Neil Young, and we do Rockin' in the Free World.
I know we're going for about 20 minutes.
Dan, we'd love it.
Pete, who was yours?
Oh man, I mean, all that would be great. I mean, is you got to be a vocalist?
No, really one.
Anybody? Oh my God, I don't know. I mean, like, part of me says like it'd be amazing to have like an amazing singer that's a legend, yeah, but also to be amazing if it was like John Paul Jones or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like some kind of underappreciated,
Yeah, thank you.
like or
Now, he could play keys though, or anything,
Yeah,
or
pace
mandolin,
play.
or like anything.
I'd like to get the bloke from outside on the dulcimer.
Just imagine, like in London, ladies and gentlemen, John Paul Jones, and then he comes on, and we just do Going to California.
so cool.
Wow!
or Ian Pace or something like that.
Yeah.
Underappreciated, like and do Highway Star. You know, that'd be amazing.
Yes.
But
Thanks, Pete.
Sorry.
Two kids.
Yeah,
How
just
much
kick
would I
both
just
of us
like to
out.
take
It's
my-
all right.
You're already
We'll just
moaning
go
it,
coach.
Carl.
Yeah, we're going to
I'd
coach.
love to take my guitar off and hand it to somebody that, like, you know what I
Man.
mean? Like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go sit out there and go.
Maybe
rock
we
out.
should
yeah.
get some guests at some point. Because we all know people.
Yeah, we should.
That would be dope.
Oh, are we not enough? Is that
I'm
what
not
you're saying?
saying
Are we not enough?
It's just fun. It's fun.
I've just got this. I don't know what. That seems like question. I always have the same answer, and it's not. It's to sing with, not instead of. Is I've always just wanted Robert Plant, just to be like. It's almost a tick of acceptance that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's. What I would always
He's
say.
my idol, but I don't think he'd like. He doesn't really like covers, does he?
Or Brian
Famously.
May to come on and play.
Brian May
Brian
was
May
great.
would be wicked.
Well, we already
Oh,
did.
that would be so
We
cool.
already did something with Brian May.
Yeah, the
in the
lockdown thing.
lockdown last
Yeah.
year.
He didn't
It's
know
on
much
YouTube.
about it. But...
No. To be fair, we hoodwinked.
yeah.
Hey, you guys ever considered a show in India? I'd love to see you guys here sometime. Well, we did India.
did.
A
We
couple
did
of
one.
years ago.
One in
we
Dimapur.
went to Dimapur.
December 19. It was amazing. It was such a fun gig. Genuinely one of my favorite gigs in my whole life. It was so much fun. Really good fun.
We ate insects and drank beer.
Yeah.
Carlos,
Nothing new.
thank you so much. A small contribution for the celebration drinks. Greetings from Costa Rica.
Oh, thank you so
Wow.
much,
Beautiful
man.
Costa Rica.
Oh,
Pura
yeah.
vida, my friend. Good place.
Pura vida.
It could be, he's given us 10,000 CRCs, which could be £5 or £1 million.
We have
for
no
all-
idea.
For all we know.
But thank you so much.
Thank you. Amazing.
How do you decide which songs to introduce to your set? Keep on Rocking from a pensioner.
It's not all me.
We make suggestions, don't we? But it's you're
Yeah,
the
I come
You're
up
our
with
RD.
an idea and then I listen to what's wrong. I
Sometimes
listen to what's
those
wrong with it.
ideas are wrong.
I
Yeah.
have to say, James does an amazing job on the set because it's really hard to fix it all together and make something that's
Pacing.
pacing. Yeah.
A lot of consideration.
Yeah, and I think honestly, this is the strongest set we've ever done.
But it also has had input from everybody. So it wouldn't be like this if it wasn't for everybody else too. So.
Rudy, this is from Sandy.
How am I not seeing this?
How long are you over here for? And my hope is that Waiting for Monday can tour someday.
Oh, yes.
That's
That would
Rudy's
be
project.
amazing. How long? What was the first part? How long I'm over here? I actually leave the morning after the last show. So that's kind of sad because I have some shows in the States that I have to get to. As far as touring, touring is kind of has been kind of a weird thing, obviously, since the whole COVID thing. So I would love to, but it's just so hard nowadays.
Up
But
in the air.
maybe, yeah, I'd love that.
Amazing we're out doing this.
And thank you for the support. Yes.
This is from David Marshall. James, do you play with a sixpence when you play the Queen songs? Sixpence out?
Pre or post decimalisation, I use a 20p.
Okay.
Does that count?
Very modern.
Yeah.
14 better.
Yeah. 20p or 10p.
I am so behind on these. I don't know why I'm so behind.
It's £11. Thank you.
Oh,
you.
amazing.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
clarifying,
Yes.
Carlos. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
I like this question from Alex. Apart from Wayne getting topless at the end of the gigs, has anyone else thought about going topless?
No.
Come on, Tim. If anybody could do it, probably Tim.
One gig, everybody apart from
Everybody,
me
yeah.
should get.
Yeah.
I'll
Maybe
keep the
not.
t-shirt. Everybody apart from me.
Yeah, no, I'm all right actually.
Type R Golf is a shout out for their favorite song "Alone," which he says my backup vocals. Holy shit! Wow. Thank you so much. Well, we're not doing it on this tour, but I used to love singing that with Jess, and we
Did
might.
you get a holy shit? Wow.
Yeah,
Wow,
and
that's
I'd
really
love
nice.
to
They get
bring that
tennis
back
on the
another time.
backers, yeah.
Sabian J, thank you so much.
Another super chat.
That is
Amazing.
so kind. Thank you.
Oh, bless you. Thank you, Sabian J.
What did they say? What did they ask for?
It's just a little gift and some money.
Also,
Thank you.
Mark F, thank you so much. He says, just wanted to say thanks for the 2 amazing gigs in Liverpool, and a big thanks to Jess for the tour vlogs, which is brilliant. Yes, we agree. We love the tour vlogs. Please use this donation for the Beer Cider Coffee Gin Fund, and see you in Salford on Sunday. See you there.
There's a question there from Fox by Day says, could any of you swap and play other instruments in an emergency?
Well, if you watch Highway to Hell on YouTube multiple nights, you'll see the answer is no.
Rude. Very rude. Yeah, so
Henry plays drums.
I play drums.
Yeah, Henry plays drums.
You will play a bit of guitar. Most of you play guitar.
Yeah.
I'd struggle to play what these two play.
Wayne plays a bit of guitar, don't you?
I do at home, but it was very difficult trying to play it behind Pete's back because of the wire. I was literally stuck behind him going,
I'm sure that was the wire.
Rudy and Jesse and Jess will play keys.
Mhm.
Jess, you play a bit of guitar as well, don't you?
A tiny bit.
Do you know what? I think if push came to shove, we could manage.
We'd have to amend the set, wouldn't we? But
Yeah.
we could probably blag it if one person was off with COVID.
Denise says, Tim, who's your favourite drummer? I love Cozy Pal.
I love Cozy Pal too, but I have to say Jeff Porcaro is my favourite drummer. I love Jeff. Jeff and John Bonham. Thank you so much.
Here's a good one from Jeff. Given a lot of the songs are 40, 50 years plus old, what do you think the classic rock bands of the 2070s will be playing? Still the same stuff? Probably.
Still the same stuff.
I
Yeah,
think
I
it'd be
would.
mostly
Maybe a Foo Fighters tune, but
yeah, you might get an odd new track in, but I think most of it.
It's an interesting one.
depends what the audience wants at that point.
It's hard to think about music like until you're like 10 years in retrospect or something, like
Yeah.
years, and then you go, oh, that's what that era was about.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's hard to, but until we were well out of the 90s, it was like, oh, now I see how that differed from whatever
absolutely.
was coming out in the mid 2000s. So it's weird. You got to get a little bit away from it.
I think this whole thing is that it's classic, which means it's timeless, right? Kind of.
Yeah.
Is that what classic means?
I'm not sure because when you're doing music GCSE or A level and you learn about the different eras of classical music, they'll have a name for a period in time, and I wonder if the classic rock period will become another period in time.
Well, there was a really interesting thing that happened with this music, which was that it coincided with the dawn of the sort of real live concert experience era, right? The arena show became stadium shows. There was no. I find this endlessly fascinating, but like when the Beatles were playing, right, 65, 66, they quit playing live because they couldn't hear themselves over the, they were literally playing through at Shea Stadium, the little speakers that were like, and on fifth base, we've got, like, that was the PA they were using. Yeah. So you saw this whole explosion of an industry coupled, so volume, power, lights to match, and it's this amazing thing, and it's an amazing moment in time where the era was born and that's kind of most of the music that we play, right? It's the show, and we try and recreate that feeling and stuff like that in the show. So I think that period is like, and then maybe once you get into the 90s, and then it starts to become more of it's a different thing. It's not that era anymore.
I kind of think 67 to 87.
Yeah,
kind of,
that's pretty.
Yeah.
65 maybe to.
Well, it's weird when punk happened, it almost became uncool to be this big showy thing, didn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
It was cool to be a little bit shit and
regular.
Only three chords.
Yeah.
Anybody can do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You went from 10 and 12 minute prog epics to like
dressed as wizards.
To
well, for me, when I'm putting a set together, there's two different things. There's classic rock, the genre, which you could argue is late 60s to late 70s, and that's it. So you got a 10-year period, 15-year max. But then you get classic rock radio, where it's not. They're a lot more liberal with their choices. They're not. It has to be within a certain thing. So when I look at set list for this. Am I going off the time period, which is classic rock, or am I going off classic rock radio, which is a bit more open? And I guess we're a bit more open because we've added Guns N' Roses, we've added Doobie Brothers, and there's other, like Rudy says, every night everybody's perception or idea of classic rock is different. So I'd say I go for classic rock radio more than being strict with the rules.
But they're saying like what they asked, like what songs do you think? So like what songs do you think they'll be playing in 2070?
I mean, like, are there bands from like today that?
Either today or like
I think it'd be more 90s, wouldn't
I
it?
think
That kind of 90s thing.
I think Foo Fighters will
Yeah, I was
be.
gonna say Foo Fighters.
Well,
yeah, Foo
Oasis be
Fighters,
classed
The
as-
Killers, maybe.
Well, Oasis
uh,
I'm not sure Oasis.
Nirvana. I mean, I don't know.
Nirvana
Yeah.
maybe.
I mean, Nirvana busted the door.
Yeah.
Changed it. Pearl Jam. I mean, that stuff will live on and on and on and on. There's certain songs from the 90s.
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
It gets a little more nebulous getting into with rock music, in particular, getting into the 2000s. Like, what's going to be the song from 2000?
Well, if it was people who was going to be a bit older by then, from like our generation, it would be more like, I don't know, Arctic Monkeys and
White Stripes, or
the
something?
White Stripes, the
Like
Killers,
Sound
the
Nation
Killers,
Radio get played.
The indie bands are kind of their rock bands.
Well,
Yeah.
you too, because we haven't done
like
we haven't done
Coldplay,
U2
dare I
yet.
say, stuff like that. That's the kind of that era. But I think by 2070, it would have gone full circle, and people would just be listening to the Beatles again.
Probably.
I think.
It will never get old.
Time.
Yeah. Nah, 200 years time, it's going to be. Let it be.
Okay, listen, we've got loads of questions to catch up on. Loads of people saying, any news if you'll be recording the show this year? I wouldn't like to comment.
I don't have any news yet.
But I suppose, if there is a chance that we may be doing something in the States or somewhere else later this year, then still wide open, I guess.
There will be a recording of something, whether it's audio and video. I'm not sure yet.
Sophie Graham says, love you guys, was security at Liverpool Philharmonic. Thank you, Sophie. Thanks for keeping everyone safe and happy.
Aw, thank you.
Damien Brady, have you ever heard of the Meatloaf tribute act in the Northwest called Beef Loaf?
Beef loaf.
No, I know.
Love that.
I know of Pete Loaf.
Yeah.
He's very famous.
We're going to do a vegan one called
I think so.
Malt
I think we have.
Yeah.
Hold on, Sabian loves more than a feeling. So Wayne, you can suck it. Sabian loves it. All right.
Question for James, any plans for getting behind the wheel this season?
He's got a substitute now, haven't you, James?
Yeah, you're my driving partner.
You'd never pass the alcohol test.
I have already been behind the wheel already this year. I work now for Cosworth developing the new car for this year, so I'm still doing it, but in a little bit of a different role. But thank you for asking.
Michael Redmond, how are you guys so perfect live? Are you all perfectionists at nature, or does James demand perfection?
I demand perfection of these lot, but not for me.
Your rendition of "Who Are You" from the last tour was better than the original, in my opinion. I loved playing that tune.
I do actually miss that.
Yeah,
I think by nature we all are pretty consistent. Actually, I'm sure we've all worked with musicians that like to go off piste with things, but for us, we pretty much do the same thing most nights. And I think not a lot of musicians think that's a skill. They get bored easily.
Yeah.
But for me anyway, I like to try and be as consistent as possible with it, and that's what
The hardest thing I found for consistency is and I'm not joking, this is genuinely serious, watching you jump around like you do, bless you, when you learn to play the song, you learn to play a song and you're like, okay, you got it. And then you come on stage and perform it, and then you have to do the other thing of running around and jumping around and,
giving
performing.
a show.
Yeah. That makes playing it 10 times harder. And I don't practice enough performing. So, so sometimes if you get a bit overwhelmed with stuff, I just go back to my safe place and stand there and play the songs. And there's a lot of respect for being able to do that because it's not easy.
Thank you, sir.
Colorado Greg, thank you so much for that. Thank you. He says, thank you for keeping this music live, loud, inspirational. You are amazing. Love all the YouTube content from everyone. Say You Will by Foreigner would be great.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Consider this a down payment on a show in Colorado. God bless.
Thank you.
Aw.
Thank you.
Greg,
Thank you so much, man.
I love Colorado, Avi. And I mean, let's just because I went to school there, but
Did you?
I did, yeah.
Oh.
But I mean, let's do Red Rocks is in Colorado, so let's just do it.
Let's just do it.
Let's do it. Let's just
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
See you there,
Straight
Colorado,
in.
Greg. Thanks for hanging out, Jane Rowe. We'll see you soon.
Is anybody on the stream who's coming tonight?
They're probably in the pub, aren't they?
Yeah, there will be.
Patty Peach saw us in Liverpool, and she loved Rudy and Jesse. Do you think, Lizzie?
Oh,
I agree.
Thank you, Patty.
How many
Yeah,
people do we have
thanks.
online right now?
221
That's very nice.
people hanging out.
Thanks for joining, folks.
Thank you. I think I saw Vicky and Ness coming tonight. I think I saw them saying they're on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so,
Don't know.
Yeah.
yeah, I believe she's wearing a bright yellow coat or something.
They'll be in the pub
Or
getting,
something like that.
be in the pub
Jethro
getting
Tull.
sauced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jethro Tull. Anyone play the flute?
You know, some people say that a saxophonist should double as flute, but
Absolutely.
I can't play the flute at all.
Yeah. Did anyone know that Rudy plays saxophone as well?
Yeah.
Rudy has said this a lot, but I've actually still never heard it.
We'll have to do something.
We've got to do some springs.
You've actually made me practice a few times and then canceled the song, so
Yeah.
that's kind of on you.
Pepping Frank says, "Hello, Classic Rock Show. I'm a big fan from Germany. Please come to Germany." After the
Really
shit
want to come
corona.
to Germany.
I think that Germany would love this show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I toured Germany
be
in
great.
2019, and it was amazing.
I always love going to
Yeah,
Germany.
me too. Yeah,
I
every year.
love Germany. I was telling you last night, wasn't I, Jess?
You
How
were
much I
actually,
love
yeah,
Germany. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's such an amazing. It's so diverse. The different places.
That's
Like you
brilliant.
can go to like Freiburg and it's beautiful and there's lakes and mountains, and then you can go to Berlin, which is like super cool and all
Yeah.
David Bowie, and it's just amazing. I
And
love
music's
I love
such a massive cultural thing. They go,
Yeah.
and they love live music,
Yeah,
and they
I
love
love
musicians, and they look after you. They really
Yeah.
do. They're fantastic people.
Yeah.
Haley is seeing us tomorrow night.
Woo!
See you tomorrow, Haley.
Tomorrow.
A few people said we need a Baker Street version from Rudy on sax. Jerry Rafferty. I
Is that that one? Right?
Yeah, I love Jerry Rafferty.
I think I started doing Coronations.
Yeah, either that or Careless Whisper, obvious.
Because that's super classic rock.
Sergey says, would you advertise somewhere in the UK when you have shows set for US? Because he would consider traveling there to see us. Well, yes, I guess it will go up on the Facebook. So,
Yes,
yeah,
we'll
watch that
let you know.
space.
Keep an eye out.
Do Rudy and Jess fancy doing Dead Ringer for Love?
Oh,
Yes.
I said
Please.
It's freaking Billy Joel.
Yeah, Billy Joel. Yeah, Dead Ringer.
Is
for
Billy
Love.
Joel classic rock?
Yeah.
You think so?
Well, it depends
depend on the song.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
like,
What would sneak
That's like
in?
saying, well, if yes, because if Elton John is, then Billy Joel.
Some things I think it depends on the
Because
song.
we've done Elton John before.
We have done Saturday night.
Because Saturday Night's Alright for Fighting is a rock song for sure, but then is your song a rock song? Probably not.
Oh, but Tiny Dancer, that's like
Tiny
Exactly.
Dancer,
Legendary.
That's like
Exactly.
top
But the
5
Circle of
classic rock
Life
songs.
absolutely is.
Yeah. But then Billy Joel, you could do Still Rock and Roll with Me.
Oh, yeah,
Or
man.
like, you know.
Or the one that I thought I was just, which is, what's the song? I was only having fun. It wasn't hurting anyone. But we all enjoyed the weekend for a change.
Yeah.
You may be right.
Which has got a great
Yeah.
sax part in it.
We
Yeah,
didn't,
yeah.
we didn't start fire.
That's-
But then
That's
we
good.
can start fire. But then you wouldn't do Just the Way You Are.
Or
Like-
Piano Man.
He's
You know
very
what I mean?
versatile. He's like Elton. He's very
Yeah,
versatile.
exactly.
Yeah, Christy Lee, definitely Kenji. Damien says, Henry, I love your great guitar and keyboard solos. Thank you, Damien. I love the guitar. It's my favorite thing at the moment. No longer trapped behind the keyboards.
He's let loose.
Naive Steve, would Tim like to do a 10-minute drum solo? The question is, would anyone else
Would
like
anybody
to?
else like me to do a 10-minute? Dude, I'm not a massive fan of drum solos. Drum solos are usually the point when I walk out and go to the bar. So unless there's pots and pans involved,
Oh,
which
he's
people
done
have
some
seen,
epic pots and pans.
then probably not. to
But
be
Tim,
honest with you.
I've got to say, listening and watching you do Hot for Teacher every night is just a drumming masterclass.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you.
Absolute
yeah,
masterclass.
I love that. You know, I grew up with Van Halen, so you know that to me, it's great. I've got about 3 little drum solos within the set that I absolutely love. So you know, it's nice to have little features
Happy
because
birthday, Eddie Van
rock
Halen.
without drums,
Yeah.
it's not happening.
And I love when I call the A section of Cashmere, the breakdown, the first
Yeah,
breakdown you make. That's
yeah,
great
yeah.
because you you do change that up a little bit every night.
Tasty shit.
Yeah.
Alex Hunt, anyone seen the Beatles Get Back series on Disney Plus? If so, what do we think?
We all have. I think we all have. You know, it's like
It's-
compulsory viewing for musicians.
It's mind blowing. I think
It really is.
Yeah.
It's a historical document.
Yeah.
I cried, but then I cry everything. But yeah,
That was before
I
we
cried.
turned it on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing footage.
Mark White, what's your favorite Eagles song? My favorite one to hear live is Long Road Out of Eden.
Mine's Lion Eyes, I think,
Lion Eyes.
because it was my granddad's favorite song, and I just love that song so much.
I think
Desperado or Witchy Woman?
Should we do the harmonies now? You can hide.
I think
Oh, that always turned into.
How did we get
"Since my
perfection in
baby
practice?"
left me."
Yeah,
for me, it's a New Kid in Town.
yeah, that's a
Oh,
great tune.
I'm
Take
happy.
it easy,
I'm
it's
happy you
great
said
tune.
Witchy Woman, Rudy.
Yeah, great tune.
I think Desperado.
Desperado's a tune as
It's
well.
so epic.
I love Love Will Keep Us Alive as well. I know it's a Paul
Oh,
Carrick,
yeah, man.
Paul Carrick tune, but I love that song.
And that whole Hell Freezes Over album is gorgeous.
Yeah, man.
It really is actually. Yeah.
Have you found a song that Henry can't play?
No.
No.
No,
Matter
it's
of
like
fact,
doesn't
we play
exist.
everything
It's
from
so
memory.
annoying, but no.
he knows every song. It's ridiculous. You can just call a song and you'll just know how to play it or fathom it out.
I'm
It's
like
just
a
mind-boggling.
Human jukebox.
You are,
Yeah.
mate. You are absolutely mind-boggling.
I think you know more songs than most jukeboxes.
And he's only 29.
It's like
How is this? How does this happen?
For one more day, Tim. For
One more day. Yeah. He's a legend, mate.
And don't forget everything.
Have any more cocktails been made on the bus since Jesse's Old Fashions?
Not since that hangover.
Yeah.
Yes, I made a margarita, but I made it with mezcal. So it was mezcal margaritas. So it was not my best, but it was still all right.
good.
And then what else? We did like a gin thing
Yeah, it's
the
like
other
gin-
night, which was
gin
right.
tonic.
Yeah, gin.
It did take Jesse a couple of days to get over the old fashioned.
Oh no, that was all right. That one was all right. It was the pub the other night. That's what nailed me.
We own this bar.
Yeah, in our bar.
we were doing pub sports in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Darts champion.
It was good. Yeah.
Irkanji says some keyboard stuff for Henry, Billy Joel's Pressure. Yes, that would be fun. Check out, if you haven't seen this great video, go on YouTube, search like Billy Joel Gets Mad. It's the funniest thing. Billy Joel in the 80s doing a show, I think in Japan maybe, and he's so angry because like they're lighting the audience. He's like, "Stop lighting the audience! Stop it!" And then he like kicks his keyboard over. It's hilarious. Mike Skinner, Carpenter's Goodbye to Love with the killer guitar solo. Now we've already established that Jess does a mean Karen Carpenter.
Yeah.
Mean.
And yeah, great guitar solo on that tune. So could happen.
Could happen, but probably won't.
Not in a rock.
Somebody said ask the Scorpions. Scorpions we would do though, I think, right?
Yeah.
That's a possibility.
Joe
Okay.
Walsh, Life's Been Good.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Hasn't
love
been
Joe
so far. Yeah.
Fred, thank you so much for that wonderful tip.
Go on, Fred.
Fred says, have a few drinks and enjoy the weekend. See you in the Swan.
Yeah, so we were in, where was it when we saw Fred? It was in Liverpool, wasn't it? At
in the Swan.
In the Swan. Is that in Liverpool, the Swan?
Yeah.
I get so confused. Yeah, the rock pub. Yeah, and Fred happened to be in a bar and we had some whiskeys. It was good.
Hooray.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
How about Run to You, Brian Adams?
We've talked about that, haven't we?
Brian Adams, cool.
That's the tune.
Totally.
It's a
Summer
tune.
of '69 too. I see it.
Yeah, Nazareth, Hair of the Dog.
Yeah. Now you're talking.
Is that the band card?
Yes.
Yeah.
Saludos de Ecuador. Wow, Ecuador. Hi.
He could go.
Good singer. How about
Yeah,
Love
good
Hurts?
singer. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
Love Hurts, man.
that's a great tune.
That's such a tune.
Pete should, this is Inky Squid 4. Pete should impersonate Eddie Van Halen's Elephant and Horse sometime with a Frankenstrap.
I can do that.
I
I'll do
watched-
that tonight.
I watched Eddie do it on a video and it was proper cool. Wow, well, you've just
Do it.
promised.
I'll do it while the drums are going on.
So what?
Yeah,
So
in the
what?
beginning.
What is that for people that may not know?
Well, I can tell you exactly how you do it. You play the harmonic on the 5th fret of the G string, on the 7th fret of the B string or second string, and on the 12th fret of the first string. And you drop the whammy bar, and they're all kind of close intervals. You roll the volume up. So you play all of them with the volume down on the guitar. Bing, bang, bang. They're all like a half step apart, sort of. I think. And then you roll the volume up on the guitar with the whammy bar, and it kind of goes. Like
What does it sound like again?
a
Wow.
It kind of
Sounds
sounds
like
like
Rudy.
some kind of weird rock and roll crow.
Sounds like my warm-ups.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just look at you and go, oh.
Oh, somebody. Speaking of that, somebody earlier asked if we do a group vocal warm-up or just individually.
It's individual.
Individually,
It-
for sure.
It sounds like a zoo.
Yeah, it goes on all day as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's going on all day. These strange noises.
Alan B says, you guys are awesome. You will be keeping the soundtrack of my and so many others' lives going for new generations.
Oh, bless you,
Thank
man.
you.
That's nice.
Anyone done any gear shopping on the tour?
Oh.
I bought a drinks holder.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's quite snazzy, actually.
Yeah.
I bought a case, didn't I?
You bought
Brick.
brick. Brick the case. Yeah.
From a pedalboard.
Yeah. But no.
Um,
No
You've got a new
guitars.
guitar on the way, haven't you?
That's not new though, is it? That's just like any other day.
Yeah.
Sergey, thank you so much. Sergey says, thank you for your hard work. I guess you were having parties for upcoming Henry and Wayne's birthdays. Here's a little something for snacks. From Sylvia and Sergey. We'll see you in Basic Sec. Thank you so much.
Aw,
We
thanks,
love,
buddy.
we love always seeing you at the shows.
We do, absolutely.
And Sergey sent me a message after Crawley, yeah, just talking about how great the sound was, and really just should acknowledge the crew and how much work they do on this tour.
Well, yeah,
Sure.
Mark says,
absolutely.
do the tech guys, such as your lighting experts, Pete and George, travel on your tour bus with you, or do they have their own transport? So that we're all on the bus, and we have Pete and George, who look after the lights and all the screens.
Mhm.
We have the two Andys and Gareth, who look after all of our sound.
So one Andy does sound for us, one Andy does sound for everybody else. And Gareth mixes it all. So
We have Emily, who's our tour manager.
And then we've
We've got Roger and
Dave.
And,
Dave.
yeah, Roger and Dave,
Dave,
who are
sometimes.
our guitar techs and stage techs. And we could not do this without them.
Mhm.
Absolutely wonderful.
Amazing.
Impossible.
and James and Tim.
Oh, yes, James Tim, our drivers.
Yeah, we literally couldn't go anywhere.
We would be stuck without those two.
Where would we be? We'd still be in
We'd
Crawley.
still be
Yeah.
still be in Portsmouth.
So there's 8 of us and 8 of them. And that's all of us on the tour bus.
Is it really?
Yeah.
16 on the bus. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That'd be a
Doesn't
great
feel
football
like that.
match.
I guess
Yeah.
we like
Musicians
Yeah.
versus crew.
Yeah. I guess
Yeah, it
we
doesn't
get
feel
at
like
different
this.
times.
No.
No.
It's quite nice.
Well,
This is funny. This is funny just for me. Rudy, just learned you were on American Idol. Can you summarize the experience in 3 words for us? It totally sucked.
Simon Cowell's
did you meet
trousers.
Simon? Was that pre or post Simon?
It was Simon, Randy, and Paula.
Oh.
So Randy and I got together really well because he played bass for Journey. And so we kind of bonded on that. And then Paula loved me because she's awesome. And then Simon can suck it.
Dawn Thursfield says, how many toilets on the bus?
One.
Just
It
the one.
does.
And James, what's the rule for the toilet?
You can only do a number one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
On the
Yeah.
one toilet.
So yeah, it requires some quite good forward planning.
It certainly does. Yeah.
Or lots of bags for life.
Oh.
You don't want to keep that for life.
Oh, this is nice. So Diego saying that they're from, he lives in Buenos Aires, Argentina. And every Saturday night with his friends, they get together with pizza and beers and they listen to us.
That's
so nice.
Amazing.
Ah,
Yeah,
that
that
sounds
is a-
like a great night.
That is a great place.
Yeah.
I love Argentina so much. And they
Oh,
love
yeah.
rock and roll down there. It's fun
pizza.
gigs.
I would so love to go to South America.
Yeah.
Love that so much.
Great crowd.
Yeah.
Great.
Darren Wells says, great show in Crawley the other night. You get better every year. Apart from lockdown, I've started dialysis and you don't know how much I needed live music again after such a shit year. It means a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks,
Oh,
Darren.
bless you, dude.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you can make it.
Jess, this is from Vincent. Jess, it's not too hard to be the only woman to manage all the men in the group. Not easy every day. Is it easy? Is it not easy?
It's easy. It's easy. These are all,
She doesn't take no shit.
yeah.
And there's Emily as well, who's the tour manager.
Yeah.
So there is one.
They're
of
both
the-
nailed.
Yeah, and
Yeah, Emily's amazing.
we would
Oh,
be.
thanks, Jesse.
Yeah.
That's no slight on you.
No, honestly, like, without Emily telling us where to go, we would just be wandering around outside like,
Yeah,
with no clue what we're doing.
totally.
Emily is mum.
This is fun. Inky Squid 4. In the interval at the Derngate in Northampton the other day, there were people so drunk in the toilets they were banging the doors and stamping "We Will Rock You."
Was that the one where they were banging other things?
Yeah, that is true. So Northampton is the only show that I know on record where 2 people have been thrown out for fornicating.
Yes, heavy petting.
on the back row.
On the back
Yeah.
row.
That's what happens when you
Yeah.
listen to rock music.
Yeah.
You want to just make sweet, sweet love.
So
Feel like me.
And they
But
did.
And they did.
But it was in the middle of the Rush tune.
Yeah. I think it was love in an elevator because they didn't know whether they were coming or going.
Good.
Hey!
So there we go.
They were going, yeah. So now they're going.
Graham says, "How many guitars do you use in the show now? How's the competition doing?"
Well, there's a nice sneaky trick there. I like it. There's a competition going where you could win. I need to say this right. Tim's drum skin, signed by us all. And if you look on Instagram and Facebook, there is a post. If you guess the answer right, you can win Tim's drum skin.
Wow.
I have a genuine question because we got one more guitar since the competition
Sure.
started running. So is it the one before or the one after? What's the answer?
I know what the answer is.
Okay, so it's it before.
That's the answer in James.
When does the
Roger knows.
When does the competition close?
The competition will close on Monday.
You just
You
made that up
made
just
that
now.
up. So you may as well make up the answer to my question because otherwise it's mean. So was it when the question was
Do
asked?
people need to add
that
on
should be
to
it,
their
right?
answer,
The
or
question was the question is from when the question was asked. And
Okay.
nobody would know that you
Yeah.
had another guitar until you opened your mouth on the live stream.
Massive shout out to Taylor. we love you, Taylor Guitars. Thank you so much.
They're not watching.
Yeah, they're definitely not watching, but we love you anyway, just in case you ever see this.
This is a good one from Sash Glam. What was the most improvised thing on a gig?
It was the end.
Recently,
What do you mean
end
playing
of,
wise?
The end of
End of
Rosanna
Rosanna.
used
That
to use
was
to jam.
cool.
Yeah.
I think the most improvised thing was a couple of years ago when we lost a singer on the first song.
Oh, yeah.
That whole gig was improvised.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we all had to kind of jump in and sing something else.
It was
fun.
nobody here.
No.
But it was a fun night
You sang Hotel California.
in Gateshead, wasn't it?
You sang Bat Out of Hell, which is still one of my favourite moments in my life.
Strong.
I would have loved to have seen that.
There is a recording. of it
I've got a multi-track. I still want to get Gareth to mix that.
Brilliant.
See, so a couple of people asked for Ario Speedwagon. We had that discussion earlier. Is that classic rock?
Take it on the run.
Ario
It is.
Speedwagon?
Yeah.
I think so.
Is that keep
It's
on,
It's
keep on,
pushing.
keep on loving you.
Yeah, that's
It's AOR, isn't it? Is it AOR?
Well, it is, but then again, you can say that about a lot of songs
Yeah.
we play.
that falls.
Do we do
All right.
weddings or bar mitzvahs?
Anything is negotiable, guys.
Anything.
Yeah. I think it's
Here comes the argument.
What? Okay, here we go.
True.
Mike Miller, what is the screening process like for potential bandmates?
Oh boy.
Oh.
The screen.
What do you have to be in the band?
You have to want to do all those lie detector tests. You also have to fill in a
You
questionnaire.
have to take a COVID
Yeah,
test.
multiple choice questions.
Tim is the newest. So what was the vetting process like?
Do you have arms?
They made me stay in the fridge for 24 hours, see if I could deal with the cold, and then I had to kind of navigate my way out of a wood.
Is it like SAS Who Dares Wins?
Pretty much, yeah. The strongest survives. So yeah, I survived it.
Hannah says, what was that night? Was that the night before Jesse joined the tour in 2019? Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
And man, you were amazing because Jesse literally came in on the next day, and maybe we did like an hour and a half.
It still hasn't gone out.
We ran through a few of the tunes.
That's proper
But-
SAS. That is. That's
But he
proper
just did the
SAS.
gig off the cuff, and
Well,
it was incredible.
So I remember we did the Gateshead gig, and I got on the bus, and I knew Chris was going to be off for a while because I think he got laryngitis, which is just the worst thing you can get in the tour. And I remember thinking, what we're going to do. So I actually emailed Ricardo, one of our old vocalists, and said, like, what do you suggest? And straight away, this was like 2:00 in the morning, and I got an email address for Jesse. I just cold emailed him. He woke up the next morning, there was an email. I was like, oh, amazing. It's like, can you get on a train to Leicester, like now? And he said yes. Yeah. And it's like, do you know these songs?
Yes. Cool.
I think I knew all of them apart from Logical Song and Bat Out of Hell.
Yeah.
So the first night I kind of read the lyrics for Logical Song from the floor, and I kind of learned it on the train and knew most of it. And then Bat Out of Hell, I'm sort of tried to learn as quickly as possible.
It's such a
race to learn.
marathon.
But if you go on YouTube and put in "Bat Out of Hell" 2019 Classic Rock Show, there's a video of Jesse, or all of us in London, Cadogan Hall, with Jesse with his hair down in this rock pose of "Bat Out of Hell."
I was kind of doing this,
Purely,
like a bat out of hell,
yeah.
like just trying to read the lyrics.
just
off
reading the
floor.
lyrics off the floor, just reading it. I was like, fair play.
But we got there in the end.
It'd be a nightmare for me now. I'd have to put my reading glasses on.
Okay, we've got 3 minutes left now.
Okay.
So get your last questions in, everyone. After the coat racks, what's your next challenge? I think we need to do a stage dive challenge.
Oh, I've already won that.
A crowd surf challenge.
Go on to YouTube and put Wayne Banks stage dive. I've already won that.
We were doing pub games the other day, weren't we?
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
A lot of people from the U.S. We should. I think we're planning another little U.S. run here,
Yeah.
so stay tuned.
Keep a lookout
for that.
for that in the fall.
Make sure you're signed up to our Facebook and Instagram and stuff, guys, as well as YouTube, because a lot of you will have probably seen us for the first time on YouTube, and we always put stuff on Facebook and Instagram about if we're touring and stuff.
Yeah.
How are the Californians coping with a British sense of humour?
Is that what you call it?
I think pretty well, right?
Yeah, they get it.
Yeah, you're one of us now.
Yeah. We well, really, how many tours have we done? We've done
This would be This is year 5, but tour 4.
Yeah.
So I had knee surgery in 2019, which is why I didn't. I wasn't on that one. So. And
You gave me your knee.
I
apparently.
gave you my knee. Oh no.
You did 4, I've done 2, so we're
Yeah.
used to it by now.
Yeah.
Part of being a professional musician is your ability to sort of navigate your way into different situations and then
Put up with people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
These two
You're
have a
very
pretty good sense of humour for
Yeah,
Americans, to be fair. Well, Pete's
Pete's
Canadian.
Canadian,
Pete's
so he's-
Canadian,
yeah.
so yeah.
It's basically English.
You just offended the whole nation.
Well done. They've all just gone.
We've just been
Sorry,
cancelled
just to
from
confirm, that was a joke. Also.
That's the end of that US song.
Will there
On that
be
note,
an
on that
end of the tour party on
What?
the bus?
a lot near.
On the
Just going
bus.
to get my suitcase and leave.
Yeah, that's really what happens.
So everyone's a bit sad on the last night because it's like,
People
oh,
just
that's it.
Bye.
We should probably do one of these like just before the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the question. When are we gonna do another one of these? So
We'll
should
do
figure
another
that
one
out.
at the end. Yeah. Absolutely.
Maybe more, right?
Yeah, maybe even 2 before the end.
Yeah.
So what's everyone going to do before the gig? Because you've got an hour and a half. What's your plans?
I'm starving.
What are you doing?
No, it's over there. I've been doing this like a professional and not eating whilst we're doing the rest.
It's gonna be so cold.
That was
now.
also a joke, guys.
It's going to go in the microwave.
You're going to go and steam?
I've already steamed actually. I'm going to do a vocal warm up. I like to warm up and then get changed about 8 times and decide what I'm going to wear. So that I do, yeah. Because sometimes I just don't feel like I'll be like, oh, I'll wear that, and then I put it on. I'm like, nah. And then I
Jesse has
change.
more outfits than the rest of the
Yeah,
band
he
combined.
does.
Yeah.
He has a
Compared to
whole
me, who has
suitcase.
one outfit, so
Yeah.
I have no decisions to make.
Although there's no washing machine here, so I've got considerably less options than normal. So because I need to do some washing.
Wayne, are you going to fall asleep and then stick your head in the sink like normal and then do a gig?
That's exactly what I'm going to do. Fall asleep for 20 minutes, stick my head in the sink, wake up, put the same clothes on that I always wear, and go out and just do the same thing.
You're so much cooler than me.
You don't wash them soon, the clothes are going to come on and do a gig on their own. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
Right, well, thank you,
This
everybody.
has been grand.
Thanks for
Yeah,
coming.
Thank you, guys.
And see you later on.
See you on the next one.
Thanks. Bye.